Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 Show, Chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 8. Yeah, I wanted to go back to my roots because I got something to say. I got something to talk about. I gotta get some stuff off my chest. You know, it just be a lot of people, man, just really be cloud chasing, pocket watching. It's a whole lot of that right now in these streets. And it's very crazy how people want to forget and make up a whole bunch of narratives and act like I wasn't putting in work this year. Because I know a lot of people didn't get the chance to meet me on the last page, and a lot of people came to me on the new page. So a lot of y'all didn't follow me from the beginning, from the first episode of the first chapter of the 1804 show. But I'm here to tell y'all now that I put a lot of work in to make myself not local, but national. Because it wasn't just Saginaw people that I had on the show. I had a lot of people on here, from entertainers, people that been on 106 and Park, people that wrote books, bestseller. I had people like activists, a little bit of everybody on here. So as a man and as a leader, I have every right to defend myself. You know, I can't let nobody create this narrative or people try to act like I didn't put in work or that I don't deserve to be a part of the media in the city. And myself, to be honest, I didn't start this to get clout. I didn't start this to be selfish and just think about me. I really started this because it was in my heart before it became a reality. It was in my heart first because I just wanted to help people, man. I wanted to give people a chance to express themselves, to vent, to tell their side of the story or whatever they was harboring. I just wanted to, be that person that care. A lot of people act like and pretend that, they real and that they authentic and genuine, sincere, but everybody isn't real and everybody isn't going to have empathy towards people like I do. Even my homeboys always ask me like, man, why you care so much, Will? People don't care like you care. Nobody cares. And that quote and that saying is what allowed me to come to you guys tonight and talk about that. I just think that people have been hurt so much to the point that they just gave up on humanity. And I see a lot of humans, but I don't see no humanity. I don't see compassion. I don't see the love. If it's love, then allow it to be love. Don't, try to act like you love somebody or love what you do if it's not in the best interest but nobody but yourself. Because if anything, I have always cared about being black, always cared about my people, but my own people have attacked me. My own people. I was expecting people who are racist and to try to destroy me. But it's just the fact, like my own people. And I'm not upset. I know what it is. You know, at the time, I didn't know the rules of the game. I didn't know the strategies. I didn't know or have the game cheats, codes to this field. If anything, I was just fortunate to have people listen to me, to watch my show. I wanted to just get more people on the platform and just allow myself to, be in some type of assistance. I never, I like, I was this big star or this big threat because I'm not a threat. If anything, people made me a threat. People made me this type of person that I'm not. If anything, I just wanted to help people. I always wanted to just be there for people when when I was going through my dark times. I didn't have a lot of people. A lot of people turned their back on me. A lot of family, a lot of friends betrayed me, left me to rot. And it takes for you to have to go through something in order for you to understand what depression is really like. Because a lot of us really think we know depression, but we don't. And it's you feeling at your lowest. It takes you losing somebody that you love. It takes job, losing your home, all that. I've been broke before. I've been asked out. I've been betrayed. I've been heartbroken. And it ain't fun. At your lowest, then why would you want somebody else to feel like that? Why would you put more, you know, gasoline on the fire? You know, add more insult to injury. If you know what that feels like, if you've been asked out, why would you bring more conflict into somebody else's life unless you're miserable? And I have been around people that's been miserable. I have been people, well, been around people that was out to get me, that was jealous, that was envy, because they didn't hate, well, they hated to see me smile. I didn't have nothing but my teeth, and people hated on that. People hate what they can't destroy. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's all about you, because no matter how many haters and doubters and slime balls and enemies and stuff that I got, I realized that I'm my worst enemy. I'm my own worst enemy. Because at the end of the day, nobody can make me quit but me. And I just tell people, man, like, if you really known what I've been through, you would be so proud of me. There would be no backstabbing. There would be no sabotaging. Because you would know that I have worked my ass off throughout my whole life. I didn't have a silver spoon born in my mouth. You know, I wasn't poor. I ain't had shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was practically on my own. I didn't have the moral support. I didn't have the support system. None of that. People didn't think that I was gonna ever amount to anything. On my last page, I told my story about being diagnosed with autism when I was 3 years old, and I had to be labeled that. I had to be secluded in that type of world that I didn't ask to be in. I used to see people, go into seizures in front of me. And just imagine you being a little kid and you see somebody go into a seizure. That's scary. That's frightening, you know? And then when you tell a lie so long, you begin to believe it. Not only you, but people around you. So, I had my family members, had my cousins, my relatives call me stupid, call me slow, all types of shit. And it hurt. It still hurts. And I'm 33 years old. And that's why I don't come around. That's why I don't fuck with y'all like that. And y'all know who y'all are. That's why I don't show up to family functions and none of that. Because none of y'all ever accepted me. But look at me now. But I'm just saying this to show y'all that nobody cares, man. Nobody cares about what you've been through. Nobody care about where you came from, who you are, none of that. Because you better care. You better walk like you the shit. You better walk like you a champion, that you a survivor. Because I don't play and act like I'm a victim. I never wanted to do that. If anything, if motherfuckers like feel some type of way about me, then I caught on to their bullshit and I cut them off. Nobody ever cut me off. Nobody gonna tell the whole story around here. But I have always have risen to the occasion. I have always came from the heart, regardless of what people may say, what people may think. They entitled to their own opinion, but it's your opinion and my opinion, and it's the truth. And the truth is, I have helped so many people out, man. And it just bothers me knowing that people will believe a lie, you know what I'm saying, before they believe the truth. And the truth is, I have came from the bottom. I still remember episode one. People was laughing at me. People was clowning me. I was broke. I was this. I was that. They was like, man, you might as well get that up, man. You on some bullshit. You don't know what you're talking about. But I just kept on with it. And people, saying who never did no podcast, who had never, you know, probably never heard their voice on the radio or the recording before, which was trying to tell me how to speak, telling me like, well, you need to write some stuff down and stuff like that. You need to work on yourself. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not the Breakfast Club. I want my show, and I wanted my show to be as authentic as possible, that it was real. You know, we had a lot of stuff happen on my show. We had a lot of people come to the show love, shed tears, gave they all, took the mask off. And that's what I asked for because I took the mask off and I'll be honest about my stuff, man. It was hard. It was tough to be able to want to live again when I wanted to die, when I wanted to just have somebody take me out my misery. A lot of y'all don't know what pain is or have been through the turmoil of guilt, a turmoil of feeling like nobody cares about you. Y'all have no idea about that. Y'all haven't really been through something that was painful, that put your back against the wall when you was really on your own. Just imagine when you lose somebody that you never thought you would lose, like your mama, your dad, that person that you confided with, like that knows your secrets, that y'all have the relationship of if anything happens, this person would never judge me. This person will always keep my secrets. And then they die. And then you just you just out here looking for somebody to fulfill that void. You know what I'm saying? So you so open and you think you can just trust anybody and they turn on you and start telling your secrets and start telling everybody how vulnerable you are, how much of a punk you are, because this person was so um, open to trust you, and they turn around and tell your ops, tell your enemies, tell the world how much of a punk you are, and that hurts. And it's just hard, man. It's just one of those things that just make you become dark or go to the dark side. It's so easy for anyone to go to the dark side. I have, I still have dark days. I had my stories of pain and anguish and all of that stuff, but I still keeping my light. I still keeping my integrity. I still keeping my good heart because I don't really get paid for this. I don't make a lot of money off this. If anything, the money that I have um, gotten from the donations and stuff, it meant a lot to me. But the messages and the feedback meant more to me than the money. You know how good it feels when you have somebody who never paid attention to you before, to the point that they coming up to you in public and telling you that, man, that one episode you did, bro, man, that touched me. I felt that. I've been through that, man. Like, you speak a lot of real stuff, and I respect you for that. Yeah, I have signed autographs. I have hugged people. I have kissed people on their cheek, when they be like, "Oh my God, it's Dollar Will, it's you." You know, like I said, I ain't trying to get famous off this shit. I'm trying to be great. I'm trying to be a philanthropist. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. So one day I can have my own job or have my own company and I can hire people and promote TV shows and do movies. But like I said, I appreciate everybody who had came on the show, every guest that I had for over 110 episodes that I had. I appreciate everybody who came on the show. I appreciate everybody who have donated to the Cash App. I appreciate everybody who shared my videos, who really was on my team, from the logos, from the advertisement, from the feedback, from the mentions, all that. I appreciate everybody because people don't have to do that for me. People do it out of love because I come from the heart. Because I have no intentions of getting rich. I had so many people that I wanted to take with me, but they didn't want to go because they didn't see this becoming a vision, a vision that was going to flourish into something big. And this is big. This is a big movement, man. I got every side of town fucking with me. And then some people from the same side of towns that trying to slander me, destroy me, all that stuff. And it's cool, you know. I know who's down with me and I know who's against me. And like I said, it don't hurt my feelings because I've been through worse and I survived worse. I have lost a lot of people. And just yesterday, I was just thinking about my best friend that I lost, man. She didn't make it to 30 and she passed. I outlived a lot of people. I outlived kids. I outlived teenagers. I have outlived people who made it to in their 20s. So I outlived a lot of great leaders, leaders like Bobby Hutton, Fred Hampton, Mark Clark, Tupac, Biggie, Big L. I have outlived a lot of people. And and for that, I give myself the utmost respect. And like I said, I don't care, man, about what others do because I'm not focusing on others. You know, like I said, I know that I have competition. I know that I got a lot of people, trying to do big and be bigger than me and all this other stuff. But like I said, I have brought a lot of people on here. I found so many people. A lot of people came to me. I have played a lot of music for people. You know, music that people probably would have never for my show, or just wore their clothes and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about my brothers, because my brothers 1536 closing. Make sure y'all go support them. But my brother Mark and my brother Red Lee, they was the first ones to sponsor me, to look out for me. Make sure that I had a whole bunch of wardrobe for my episodes, and I still do. They're the ones who believed in me, and sometimes that's all it takes when you feel like your back against the wall and all that other stuff. And when you're trying to pursue something, all it takes for a couple people or somebody who's already a boss to make you a boss. And it meant a lot to me. It gave me the confidence. I felt like for the first time in my life, I was reborn. I understand, being a entrepreneur, and I have overcome so much, and I want to help people overcome too. I don't want to be the first one or the only person healed. I always wanted to be just a example, a success story, someone that you can just feel inspired. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't inspire each other no more, man. We always trying to, walk around with this huge cap and act like we don't have no problems, that we ain't been through nothing, that we had it so good. But man, I'm not ashamed to talk about what I have been through because that's what made me who I am today. It made me strong because it's hard to be strong. Being strong is hard. It ain't easy. And that people trying to make it seem like it's so easy to be strong, that you can just overcome anything, but you can't. Because you gotta have that one thing that's gonna pretty much make you go crazy. And I don't mean crazy in a way that, you in a straitjacket, but crazy as in, man, maybe I should just do one of those. Bah! But I couldn't do that to my mother, man. When I used to be in this apartment and I used to just be by myself. A lot of times when after my friends went home, I was putting on this little facade for my friends, and I would just act like I was happy. And when they used to go home and I'll go and lock the door, I get in my bed and I cry. I get in my bed, but like I can't tell nobody the truth because they gonna criticize me. They're gonna judge. They don't want to be my friend no more. It was tough. It was hard, but like I said, I had to overcome it. I had to stand tall. It's not easy having to be the one that everybody goes to when they got a problem, or it's not easy putting on the smile for your nieces and nephew, and when you dying inside and they asking you, Uncle Will, you okay? You all right? Or even the ones with kids, because I don't have any children. So since I didn't have any children, I had to find ways to survive. I had to find ways to motivate myself because I was so broken. I was so beaten. I was so destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have someone who was like a hero to you. We all have somebody we idolize or we look up to and this and that. And then come to find out that this whole time they was just human, just like you and me. And that just creates a whole new um different perspective. And you just sit back and you just be like, damn. Because when I tell you, like, a lot of us are committing suicide because we don't have anybody to console with. We don't have a lot of people that care about us. We have friends, but we don't have people in our corner. We have a circle, but nobody's in our corner. So that's why we taking our lives. You know, a lot of black men, a lot of black women, a lot of black teenagers, even kids killing themselves now because they feel like they don't have anybody to console with or lean on. And then everybody want to, write a post or want to mention somebody and talk about, man, it's so sad and this and that. But you could have talked to that person, you know what I'm saying? And it's just that we be knowing when people be going through, but yet every time they call, we send them to voicemail. And I understand that, everybody want to live their life. Everybody feel like, well, I got my own problems. And yes, we do. We got our own problems. But it's not always about you. And I hate a egotistical asshole. I hate when somebody make everything about them. Everything is not about you. That person may have been alive today if you would have picked up your phone to call them, and it'll take nothing but a phone call or a text or an inbox like, hey man, I'm just checking up on you, bro. Hey sis, how you doing? I hope everything good. I do that all the time. But hey, it's just everybody doesn't reciprocate. So if you don't fuck with me, I ain't gonna fuck with you. But like I said, it's just things couldn't be prevented if we care for real. Everybody's trying to survive. It's a survival tactic. It's a cold world. It's a doggy dog world. I found that out the hard way. I had so many people criticize me and judge me. I had so many people made me feel like it was against the law for me to feel for my. And I had so many people trying to tell me how to grieve, how to feel about it, how to deal with it. And people was cold, man. People was so disrespectful, yo. I ain't gonna never forget during that painful experience in my life. I will never forget. And since I don't forget, I learned to forgive, but I haven't forgotten. And it took me a minute to forgive people. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a minute for me not to hate people who crossed me because otherwise they would have won. And I hold myself accountable on certain things because I thought everybody was like me. I thought everybody loved me like I loved them. And when you come to grips with everybody wasn't raised like you, it don't make you paranoid, it make you cautious. Because everybody don't know what love is. And just because like you've been knowing a person for years and this and that, you don't know how that person was brought up. You don't know their upbringing. You don't know if that person was abused or raped, molested, none of that. You don't know. So sometimes people only way of showing you love is to hurt you. And you should sit back, wondering like, damn, what the fuck did I do to deserve this? But at the end of the day, that's just what they know. That's what they know. So who are we to refuse to not care about people? Because hey, we all was born innocent. We all came into the world as innocent, precious people. I remember OG told me this years ago. The only two times where you the most loved is when you're born and then when you die. That's the only two times that you're going to be loved the most out of your whole life. Because when you're born and stuff like that, when there's a baby, everybody want to hug the baby. Everybody like, oh, the baby's so cute, the baby's so soft. And then when you die, everybody crying. It all depends on who really love you, who's really gonna be doing like the theatrics and the sorrow and this and that. That's the kind of people who's gonna really love you. But the ones who just, at your funeral, where just making sure that you're dead, that you're in the casket, those are the ones who gonna be fake. And it's crazy, like how you can't control that. You can't control when you're born, how many people come to the hospital room to pick you up, to see you, and this and that. You can't control who shows up to your funeral. And that's crazy. A lot of people don't think about that type of stuff. But like I said, I can only control what I do. I can only control my actions. I'm really trying to control, how I handle things. But like I said, I be telling people all the time, like, I'm young, I'm 33 years old. You got to let me figure things out for myself because experience is the best teacher. How else I will learn if I don't go through nothing, if I don't um, face a backstabber or a betrayal or a heartbreak and this and that. That's the only time you learn when you get your heart broken. So, but yeah, man, like I tell people, man, sometimes you just gotta do things from the heart. Don't do things because you want recognition. Don't do things because you want 100 likes, 100 comments, or you just want people to validate you. Do it because it's right. So many people doing wrong, but wrong is the new right. Everything is backwards nowadays. Everything that was good, well, that was bad, is good now. And it's scary. It's scary what this world is coming to. It's scary where it's leading to. But I'm old school, man. I'm gonna do things because I have integrity, morality, sincerity. I know have no hate bone in my body. I wish everybody nothing but success and protection, peace, all that. I have no hate in my heart or in my body. I just realized what I have to do. I realized my mission, my purpose, and nobody's gonna take that away from me. Even if you do try to, even if you take my body, you can't take my spirit. You can't take the impact that I left on my listeners and my supporters and my viewers. You can't take that from me. I don't care how many narratives you want to create, how many stories that you want to create, and all that other stuff. I know what I have done, and I know it came from the heart. I give my all, I give my 150% every day. A lot of people just don't want to work or put in the work to becoming a better individual. Life is work, you know, and it's all about evolving. It's all about maturing. It's all about being the best that you can be. A lot of people just want to be in the clubs and be in the streets, be drinking all day, getting high all day. You know, where's the money? Where's the work ethic? Where's something to leave behind for your kids? And even if I don't have no kids, you know what I'm saying? Even if I'm not able to procreate a child or a seed, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave this for my nephew or my godson. That's who I'm leaving my business and my legacy in their hands. And before I go, um, I want y'all to sit back and think about it. You know how many people that have passed away, that there's no footage, there's no audio of them. It's like they never existed. You know how many people make it seem like, oh, I ain't gonna never forget you, man, and this and that. I'm gonna always, keep you up, man, in my memories, and I'm gonna make sure your legacy live on. Man, so many people are forgotten about every day. Once you realize that how quickly people forget about you, you gonna realize that the bullshit that you try to do with the clout chasing, the pocket watching, the hating, then you know what I'm saying? You really lost out here. Because while you hating on me, something happened to you, you gonna be forgotten about in a few days. The next day after you buried or cremated, all depends on your life insurance policy. But you're gonna be forgotten about so quickly. While people like me, who try to make a difference, who is involved in the community and stuff, I'm gonna make sure what I do this day and point out that I will be remembered for many years to come. Generations is going to be speaking about William Donnell Brown because I have tried to really make a difference. And all my work proves it. I've done 110 episodes. of this show, and I started over. I'm not continuing on with just the part one of 1804 show because that takes a lot of courage to be able to, create a chapter two when you was doing so great with chapter one. But I just wanted people to see that they can't stop what's already happening. But yeah, that will include tonight's episode. Tomorrow I will have the lovely rapper slash model Deja Day on here, and keep on supporting me, keep on liking, commenting, donating, all that. Like I said, the show ain't dead. It's not going nowhere. So then also, tickets went on sale for the Battle of the Sexes. Your boy, yours truly, is going to be on the panel with the men, and it's going down BBR on Bay Road, September 18th. So make sure y'all come out and support your boy, cause we getting it popping. Me and my group of panelists. We gonna get it popping. We gonna represent for the men, cause it's time that we have some real ish coming to the forefront. But that includes tonight's episode. Hope everybody's safe. Everybody go home. If you're not home, go home. Be safe. God bless. Peace.